Hey everyone, thanks for being tuned in to KPOV 88.9 FM Bend, your high desert community radio. Hope you're having a good day. This is Stacy Dredd, Galactic Ambassador in the cosmic community. Our astrology program here Tuesdays 4:30 to 5 p.m. where I chat about the energies and influences from the skies above and how we can work with these energies and live within these cycles to create a more benevolent life for all. So thank you so much for making time and space in your day today. This is a fresh show after me being gone for a month. I so much appreciate the time that I had to go through a surgery replacing two of the discs in my neck, and everything's going really well. I'm really glad to have an opportunity to move through some cycles of my own and come out of it, better in the end. And so if you've been listening to the archives or if you've been tuned in, thank you to Jillian for our programming manager here at KPOV. Jillian, thank you so much for covering and getting all my replays, playing the best of from the last month. So hope you found some good information in some of those replays. You can always access the archives at kpov.org, the cosmic community. So it's August 23rd today as I deliver this message. And the sun yesterday moved into Virgo. And so we have entered Virgo season. Happy birthday to all of the August born Virgos. And we are now working within the energies, the expressions within the sign of Virgo, which represents the virgin cleanliness, basically wiping the slate clean. And the virgin represents Virgo. And so, coming back to our true clear nature, to that uncorrupted mind state, and having that filter, that view on everything around us, using the energy of the clarity that Virgo provides. Virgo, the energy is all about organization, getting all of your ducks in a row, making sure that things are where they need to be. Virgo energy is very much the energy of the perfectionist also. And this is great energy. We can use that perfectionist energy, when we are in the seasons of Virgo, when the sun is moving through a sign, it becomes the main filter, sort of the main expressive filter that is available to us, and so we can access really, really well this Virgo energy right now and clean some things up. Get some things checked off the list, make another list, start a different to-do list, one that, turn the page, start your to-do list just on a fresh page. That's the energy of Virgo, and especially the first day, moving into this energy, we're feeling into it. And so we'll be working, with this main expressive energy over the next month. And moving into Wednesday, August 24th, we have a few different aspects this week. It is an active week in the sky, so it's a great week to come back and really myself start to feel into this next phase of my life. Virgo is all about finding the wholeness, like finding those things that really make us feel so whole and so clean and so clear, and give us the ability to really open up and really honor that clarity and that cleanliness, because we have tomorrow, August 24th, Uranus stationing to go retrograde. And so Uranus is a very interesting planet. It's unique because, well, for one, it changed everything about astrology when it was discovered, when we were able to actually, invent some telescopes. We could see further out into the solar system, and boom, there we go. There is more than just the original seven planets. Entities in the sky that ruled astrology: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Earth, us in the middle, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. And so when Uranus was discovered, it just blew everything out of the water. And so that is maybe why the energy of Uranus is that of the instant enlightenment. It's that instant awakening, that sudden awakening where we have learned some information that, or had a sudden experience or felt a feeling, and now we cannot go back. There's no turning back now. Uranus cannot just be unfound, and we can't just act like it's not there, and maybe there's more out there too. And so Uranus gives us that drive to go out and find more, to awaken ourselves, to enlighten ourselves and our communities. Uranus then became the planet to represent the sign of Aquarius. And we have been, all of last year, 2021, we were working with this, differing energy in the square between Saturn and Uranus. If you followed the show back in 2021 or astrology, Saturn and Uranus were in a square all of last year, and there was a retrograde, and so they went over each other 3 different times, and we learned that there are innovations. There are ways to innovate moving into the future, and there are new things available to us, new ideas, new ways of society, living, and new ways for us to think. And so Uranus represents Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius, but is in a square, a tough aspect. The square is the toughest aspect with Saturn. Saturn representing the old, the overdone, the outworn, the beating the dead horse with a stick. I don't know if that's actually PC to say anymore, so sorry if I offended any horses out there. So we've been dealing with this struggle of the old and the new. What is outworn, what's outdone, and what's new? What are we ready to move into? And Uranus and Saturn are, yes, once again coming into an alignment, this square alignment. I believe it is in September or October. I'll have to check on that, but we are getting close enough because Saturn is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde. And so we are feeling the tension yet again, but Uranus is ruling this. Uranus is going to win here because the future outweighs the past. But this might be a moment during Uranus's retrograde cycle. And this is going to be happening, until Uranus is retrograde until January. So we are going to be slowing down, taking a look at some of the places that we've come from, some of the things that we've been adjusting as we've been working with getting rid of the old and welcoming in the new. And we're going to have a moment to slow down and look at some of those shifting points that we were faced with last year because of this. Basically, they're gonna come back into 18 degrees of alignment together. 18 degrees of Taurus is where Uranus will be, and 18 degrees of Aquarius is where Saturn will be. So this is going to be a theme we will continue to be working with over the next many months. Stacey Dredd, Galactic Ambassador, here in the cosmic community, 444443444, all over my clocks here. Boom, 4. So I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good month. I can't believe I'm talking into the last, few days, the last week of August here. I hope that Leo season treated you well. It was definitely, it was a blazer. It was a blazer. It was like a wildfire that came through. And, we can definitely get singed a little bit and realize that, some things are lost, some things are gone, some things have been burnt out, and, we're ready. We're ready to move into the future. And one of the energies that we're going to be working with also over the next 6 months is Mars in Gemini. So on August 20th, just to back up a little bit to last week, August 20th, Mars ingressed, moved into the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins. Gemini is the sign of interview, of having the discussions, having conversations, having interviews, asking questions, being curious, really engaging into discussions, and compiling information. And so Mars represents our physical body and is going to be retrograding in the sign of Gemini over the next 6 months. So Mars is going to slowly start to slow down over the next couple of months, and we will see a retrograde in the sign of Gemini, another thing that we will be following. But, Mars is fire sign. It's represents the sign of Aries, so it's a fiery energy. It's a male energy, a masculine energy, I should say, and it is a shoot first, ask questions later kind of energy. And Gemini is an air sign, so it's going to be available. There's going to be movement available, and so I think until the retrograde that Mars is going to go through here, I think we do need to be a little bit careful. We could be still feeling a little bit feisty. Gemini is also the talker. Gemini is definitely the talker of the zodiac, and so Mars being in Gemini, we may have sort of a talk first, say something first, and then kind of regret it, because then later we actually think about the effect that what we said might have had on our situation and whatever. So I think just over the next 6 months, while Mars is in Gemini, we do need to be careful of this. We need to be careful of our speech and what we're saying and the information that we are giving. As the interviewer and then also as the interviewee, like somebody asking you questions and you giving information because somebody's curious about something you're doing. Think about the words that you're using and know that, you have that ripple effect. And so we need to just be careful of this, I think, while Mars is in the sign of Gemini. But another energy that will continue to help us move forward. Mercury has been moving very quickly. There's going to be a retrograde Mercury will retrograde in September. And we have just had Mercury move into the sign of Libra. Libra, another air sign. So we are getting a lot of air energy moving in. Aquarius, the other air sign where Saturn is. So really we have sort of a grand trine building here in the air signs. So, a lot of movement, a lot of change, a lot of different things happening. Air signs definitely are, it's like a little of this and a little of that. And let's talk about that and a little bit of that, and we got to get from A to B, and it's a lot of movement. And so just make sure that we are, all of the, I just always say about like with nervous energy, if you're feeling nervous at all, the butterflies that you get in your belly, it's like, it's okay to have butterflies. That's good. That means that we care about what we're doing. If we're going through something really serious and strong right now, and it just, something it just gives you butterflies to think about. That's something that's grabbing your attention, and somewhere that we need to put our energy. And the butterflies just all need to be flying in the same direction. We can use that nervous energy to propel ourselves forward, but we are looking at a really retrograded chart right now. We've got Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Chiron, and Uranus all retrograde right now, with Mars stationing to go retrograde soon and Mercury. So it's not really a time for a ton of forward movement, but it is a great time to use this Virgo energy to kind of clean up where we're at right now. There's been a lot of movement. It has been like go, go, go for the last 2 months. There's been a lot of strong energy, forward movement, and now it's like, feels like time to set on the brakes a little bit. We do have also Saturday, August 27th, the new moon in Virgo. So if we have, something that we are trying to set a new intention about, or we are ready to make a change in one of these, in the Virgo area of our chart. So if you really want to see how this is affecting you personally, what areas of your life, what themes are affecting you, you can get an astrological birth chart. You can get those for free online. You just put in your date of birth, your time of birth, and where you were born. And it creates a blueprint of the planets and the sky when you were born, and it's a magical treasure map to the wonders that your soul and your soul purpose have in this life. So that's a fun thing to have. So then, you've got your birth chart in front of you. So then you go to where Virgo is in your chart, and you see the new moon is at, 4 degrees of Virgo, I believe. Yes, 4 degrees of Virgo. So go to 4 degrees of Virgo, and if there's any planets or any aspects there, or if you have 4 degrees in a square or a trine or an opposition to that point, these are going to be the themes that are going to be coming up for you and the energies that will be involved. So the Virgo new moon, I always personally love the Virgo new moon. The springtime is like always in the northern hemisphere anyways, because that's where I am and what I'm attuned to. Springtime, spring cleaning and all of that is always a thing, but Virgo is like the cleaner energy for me. And I guess the full moon, comes in a different time of the year too. And so, but the new moon to me is when Virgo energy is the best, because Virgo's that virgin, that virgin maiden, just that untouched feeling. We all like to get there, just wear a bunch of white clothing and act like a shining beam of wholeness, oneness. Nothing can harm, nothing can touch, protecting yourself with that white light. I just feel like Virgo energy is all about creating a clean, safe space around us in our auras, in our, it's a great time to clean the altar off. It's okay if you don't know what to put up there next or whatever. You clean it first and then you decide next. Let the project have its different phases. Let the project of cleaning the altar progress in its natural form. Try to do that without planning that next moment, without planning exactly how you might set it up, what exactly is going to stay and what's going to go. Just take it all off and then just smudge it. And then use that really clear, calm energy to then move into what's then needed. So that new moon is like super early in the morning on the West Coast. It's at 1:17 a.m. So, the dark sky, the Virgo new moon, this is like a really good time to really go deep inside and do some cleaning from within. If you have Virgo also represents our habits, our kind of routines, and our health. These are big themes that Virgo represents, and also our service, how we serve people, what energy we choose to use to serve others, and what energy we choose to serve ourselves and to serve other purposes. We kind of come into a little more balance with that in this Virgo energy, and so. And with and with Mercury in Libra too, because Mercury is our mental state. Mercury's starting to slow down just a little bit. When Mercury's moving fast, it can be like a lot of mental stimulation. So I personally really enjoy the shadow phase moments of the Mercury retrograde, because it's a time to really the mind is slowing down. So if you just really go with it, Libra energy can really help to balance, to really see from both sides, balance our perspective a bit, and see both sides of whatever it is that you're going through, what habits it is that you're keeping, and you're cleaning up, and which ones are getting checked off the list, which ones are done and outworn. The Virgo energy is all about creating our body as a temple. We can, with every breath, you do this. You don't have to have some elaborate altar and a bunch of beautiful, crystals going up to your ceiling or anything. You can do this just within the temple of your soul and the temple of your spirit. We're all equipped with everything that we need right now. The universe is taking care of us and making sure that we have available everything to us right now that we really truly need, and that the good stuff is trickling in as it needs to into our lives. The universe taking care of all of us for sure. And so, take special care of your well-being, your health, your habits, your routines right now. Creating your body as a temple. All these things are going to be really good themes to focus on during this Virgo new moon. So that sounds good, right? It sure sounds good to me. I'm going to be back next week. My intention is to be back on Tuesday the 30th with a report for September. That's right. You're going to get a monthly report for everything that's going on in September and anything else that comes through, little gems from your girl, Stacey Dredd. So I hope you have a really great day, and I will talk to you guys next week, 4:30 here in the Cosmic Community. Peace.